Hello and welcome back to the Motorhome review channel. Today I'm at Cosford Caravans and Motorhomes in Shropshire and I'm here to review the Altea range by Adria. Now Adria are a Slovenian caravan manufacturer, one I know a bit about because I actually owned an Adria caravan back in 2018. It was the first touring caravan we ever bought, so I'm keen to dive in and show you the Altea range. Now in terms of Adria, they start with Altea, then there's Adora and then Alpina. So we're actually looking at Adria's entry-level caravans, but there's definitely nothing entry-level about them. So let's dive in with the Altea Dart first of all. Now Altea Dart is a 4-berth caravan and it has an island bed. We're then going to look at the Tyne, which has single beds. There's also the Adria Avon, which is a family layout, but unfortunately I haven't got one of those to show you today. So we're going to focus first of all on the Dart. So what do we need to know? So as I've told you, it's a 4-berth caravan. Now it's priced at £29,340. So what are you going to get for that money? Well, like all Adrias, the Altea Dart is a long caravan. In total length, including that A-frame, it's 8 metres and 26 centimetres long. Width, it's 2 metres and 29 centimetres or 7 feet and 5 inches, so it's not an 8-foot wide caravan, and it's 2 metres and 58 centimetres in height. In terms of its weight, it's got an MTPLM of 1,650 kilos, or you can opt for the 1,800 kilo MTPLM, which will give you an additional 150 kilos on your payload. So that's up to you. If you've got a tow car that can take it, personally, I would opt for the 1,800. Let's make a start at the front. So the Altea range, they are based on the Alco chassis. In terms of nose weight, that's 100 kilos. You won't get the ATC as standard. However, what's worth mentioning is Adria's tow exceptionally well. Even with a long caravan like this on a single axle, because of the large A-frame, the towing capability of these is excellent. And I'm talking from experience. Something that some people do, but I always say be careful of your nose weight, is you can get a bike carrier here. So some people do choose to do that. That's particularly common in Europe, but do be careful, as I say, with the nose. So on the front, now Altea is the entry level. Because of that, we will just get one large singular window. As you go up to Adora and Alpina, you'll get more front windows. But on Altea, we've got the one large front window and that nice large sunroof as well. At the sides, there are the handles for if you do have to manoeuvre your caravan at all. Obviously, I'd advise that you do fit a motor mover. The front, the gas locker here, the storage, nice big silver front, the Adria logo. And let's lift this up and take a look inside. So on both of the caravans I'm going to show you in this review, you will get this front storage. Now, these Adrias are fitted with the all-inclusive pack. You will get the spare wheel. There's the winder for the steadies, storage for 2 11-kilo gas bottles, and then this storage system here as well that Adria supply. So this is great, you can get all your bits and pieces in there, keep them nice and contained, and you'll also get an Alco wheel lock as well. Let me close that down. We're going to head off down this near side first of all. So let's take a wander down here. I've already gone through all the facts and figures with you, but let's have a look at the sides. So Altea has got the silver sides, and then we can see the graphics or the decals for the 2026 season, the green continuing down into the turquoise or teal colour and ending at the full length of the caravan. I've already told you it is single axle. We can see here the Adria alloy wheel. Now at the front there is a large storage locker. If I just pop this open, so under here we have storage under the sofas. We'll see more when we go inside. There's a step here that you get coming with the caravan and storage under there, ideal for your camping chairs or tables. The habitation door is on the near side. It is a 2-piece, so the stable style door. You'll notice though there's no window here. That's because this is classed as their entry level. The vents for the tower fridge and freezer. An awning light. There is an awning channel running all the way around, so you can fit either a full-size awning or a porch awning. A large window into the bedroom. We'll see the island bed when we go inside. And then at the rear, You will have the aerial up on the roof there, the high level brake light, the further grab handles, the silver again, and the LED lighting. Adria externally always looks stunning. These always stand out on the road, and Altea is no different. Coming down the offside, so on the offside we have, which I've already opened, our flush filling point, the toilet cassette point here, and then the vent for the Truma air-blown heating. So you're going to get the Truma air-blown as standard. When you're on electric hookup, it will run off the electric system. If you're off-grid, it's going to use gas. Then we have a lounge window and then our battery locker box. This is also where you're going to find the electric hookup point, and there's also, just under there, a television aerial connection point as well if you need that. Your aqua roll you're going to place here, and you've got your feed in there for your water pump into the Caravan. Right, let's continue round and then we'll go inside. So come on. Now when you open the door, the good thing you have is this clasp here is going to catch on there. So if it is windy, it's going to hold the door back. Always remember to give it a little squeeze to reopen it. It's not magnetic, so don't give it a too good a pull, because that's not going to work. The all-in-one door with the bin here situated in the door. Let's go into the lounge. So coming in, Altea for the season, we find this beautiful wraparound lounge, an excellent size. It's in a dark grey fabric as well, which will hide all muck and mess and anything pets may leave behind. The wraparound U-shape, I've always liked the Adria lounge because of this shape. This flap here, this does flip up and down, so you can drop it down and then use this as a full wraparound lounge. When it's up, you can see here, place to put your cups or your sandwiches and bits and pieces. There is also a freestanding table as well. So this is the lounge. The cushions, you can see the two colour schemes on those there. Bob those back. Now up at the front here, there is a plug socket. There's also a television point as well, and then a shelf running across. You'll notice there's these little sort of padded storage compartments. You can take these off, they're just on hooks, and to be fair, that I personally would be taking those off. However, obviously if you want them to use them there, you can. The curtains have got this nice finish to them with a slight purple and gold tone. The window that we saw outside, and then this great big sunroof, fabulous. Letting light in, you can open it for ventilation, and it does have the concertina blind as well and a fly screen. So on a warm day, you can whip that up so it doesn't get too warm. If you want to use this as a bed, you can. 212 centimetres long, so an excellent size long bed, and 174 centimetres wide. So this will convert into a bed. There is a flap, you pull this out and it's going to change into this large bedroom space. Now the walls for Altea, I like this. Instead of just being the plain white, we've got this grey boarding. It is solid, as you can hear, but I really like this. It's just added a little bit more to the Caravan. And then coming up, we've got the flat panelling and the wood effect. Adria have always been known for their wood finishes, and that's what I always liked about ours, to be honest. If I open these up, so you've got storage all the way back there, really good height, and a storage compartment here as well. Underneath, there's a number of little downlighters, as you can see. These run here, and you can slide these along as well. They're on a bar, so you can move them about. There's a USB charger up the front there, so if you sat here, you can charge your gadgets. Over here on the off side, again, we have the same storage. Really good height. Some manufacturers do put shelving in, which reduces that height. I like to have the option of having a nice high cupboard there. And then again, the underlighters just running here. The switches for these just there. Just turn that off and then on. Windows. Now, unusually, the windows are the concertina blinds. A lot of the time on the European Caravans, it is the straight up plastic ones, and I'll show you more as we go around. But concertinas here in the lounge. So that's our lounge space. Love it. Lots of room, nice and light and bright. And then we feed into our kitchen. Now, the kitchen, you will get the extension flap. What's really good about Adria is when we had ours, All the owners said the same. They wanted an extension flap. Owners were actually making their own and fitting them. Adria have taken that on board, and their caravan ranges now have the extension flap. So that is excellent. And that gives you more worktop space. And also if you sat here, got somewhere to put your drink on as well. So let's feed into our kitchen. So the kitchen on the off side, we have this sort of unusual worktop colour finish. It is a little bit different. Under here, if I just put those on there, we have our gas hob, 3 gas burners there. And that feeds through into a good sized rectangular sink, the chrome tap, and then the back wall here is the plain white, then the window with the blind and the fly screen. This one going back to the standard plastic finish. This is actually a shelving system. You're probably wondering why there's a pole stuck out of the kitchen worktop. You get little baskets that actually clip onto these, so you can store items here as well. And then the wood continues here in these overhead lockers, and these flip up. You will get the microwave and storage then for plates and then mugs or glasses. Close these down, and they've got nice strong clasps as well. If I make my way down, so what we have next is a Thetford gas oven and grill. This is the duplex, so it's all in one. And then we've got this light wood surround, and underneath, now with these, what you need to do is you push them up, push up and pull out, or drop down in this case. And in there you can see storage under the oven. And then if I move along, we have our bank of drawers. Again, pull up, and there we go. Cutlery tray in this one. Nice soft close, just let that do its thing. And then here we've got further drawer space. It does have the light colour wood running through it. And then that drops down, storage under there again. And then as we move along, we'll come across, as I go across the ceiling, we've got a further sunroof that does open. It's got a blind and a fly screen. And then we're into our tower fridge and freezer by Thetford. So if I push this, there's a little storage cupboard just above there. If you're small, you won't be able to get anything back out of there if you put it in there. So be careful, talking from experience. And then 140 litre Thetford fridge and freezer. When you're on electric hookup, it's going to run off the electric. If you're off grid, it will run off gas. And then underneath, another handy little storage compartment, ideal for wet shoes and bits and pieces as you've come in through the door. And then above the door, we have our control panel, and then the hooks for coats and bits and pieces. I'm now going to start feeding through. Now back here there is the habitation, the door that separates the front habitation to the midsection. So when you're using the back end, close that up. There is a small gap here. This nice light wood again, I do like this finish. It makes this feel light and bright because it's not an 8 foot wide caravan, so you've got to be careful with the feeling of space, but I think Adria have done well on that one. Coming through, we then have a shower compartment here. So this, if I push this open, now that opens up into the shower. There's a good amount of space into the shower itself. The walls are a white style. There is some intrusion from the wheel arch down there, but the shower space itself, which I will step into, is a good size. There's a sunroof, a light, a rail for your wet towels, and then going in, we've got the chrome shower itself, and then feeding down, there's a blower in here from the Truma air blown heating. You have a plug hole, and I'll just close the door so it is easy to get in and close the shower around you. And then once the doors are closed, this is a really good shower space. So yeah, I'd be quite pleased with that one. I'll open it up and I'll step out and then close that back up. Now here on the off side is our washroom. If I open this up, leave that door shut. Now it is very white in here. So as we come in, we see in here our Thetford swivel toilet first of all, with a toilet roll holder. What's really good is there's a huge window with a blind and a fly screen. It does open, but it's frosted as well, so no one can see in and you don't have to worry about closing your blind. Then there's this large cabinet above the window. It's quite shallow in terms of its actual depth here, but there is a good height to it. I presume they haven't made it come out too far, because if you stood up after the loo and caught yourself on a cabinet, you wouldn't be best impressed. So a cabinet there, there's a vent in here, there is a light in here. Coming along, there's a mirror. Now what I do like is it's not coming out, it's not causing any intrusion for when you do want to use the sink. But again, the sink's quite shallow here in terms of its depth, but you shouldn't have any issues getting over there. And then under here, if I just open this, there's further storage under the sink as well. For me, the compromise on the Caravan is the amount of space in here around the sink and somewhere to put items in terms of shelving, somewhere to put your toothbrushes and your toiletries when you've got them out. That's the compromise I found in there. I'll leave that open as it is and we'll go through into the bedroom space. Now this is a fabulous size bed. So we have an island bed. Now it's 196 centimetres long and 147 centimetres wide. It's fixed as well. What Adria tend to do, instead of having beds that retract, they're permanently fixed, but they always have a very good size bed and there's no difference here. So fabulous. You'll see the memory foam mattress. If I just lift this up, now what Adria do as well, I'll move some of these beautifully coloured cushions out of the way. They're very vibrant, aren't they? I'll move those out of the way. So what Adria do, you'll see there's a split in the mattress there and there. They do that so you can lift it up to get access under the bed. Now under here, you can't access this externally, but you can internally. There's loads of storage back here. So you could put, again, your camping chairs, table under here, loads of storage. And the reason, and you can access that from both sides, and then the reason it's got the cut into it here is because when you lift this up, you can also sit the bed frame up. There's hinges here and here, so you can sit these beds up. Now, generally you would be using king size fitted sheets, I would imagine. So it will still bend, but you are going to have to use all-in-one bedding. Let me put the cushions back. So that's the bed, the storage under the bed and the size of the bed. We then have the grey headboard and then this little storage compartment here as well. Over on that side, there is a USB charger and a storage compartment. I'll go over there shortly. And then here you can see the storage again under there to put items. Now, if I open this up, this is your wardrobe space. There's a bar, that's the television aerial. It does cause a little bit of intrusion in here. Your wardrobe actually does pop out here, so you can access bits that are in the bottom as well. So just be careful in case you knock anything over in there and spoil anything. And then under here, you've got an excellent bank of shelves as well. They go nicely back, good depth to them, plenty of room for storage. On the side, it's the plain wall, but the good thing is there's no tape, there's no wallboard tape, so it's all in one. The LED lighting, huge window, and on this you've gone back to the plastic blind again here. Again, very common on European caravans and motorhomes. There is a fly screen and that does open. And then coming round, there's an additional solid screen here which you're going to pull across. Just demonstrate it a little bit. Pull it across and that's going to separate the bedroom from the washroom. So if you are using it as a 4-berth and you need that additional privacy, it does clip back at the top. Then we have a television bracket pre-affixed here, plug socket, the television point here, so TV situated there. And then in here, again, this pull up here, open this out, and this is where you're going to store the table for the lounge. So that's your dining table. It's quite nicely concealed in there. It's a good use of space. Coming around, our other window on the near side, and then wardrobe space again. Plenty of room in that one. Those nice shelves again. And then over the bed, as well as the lovely LED lighting as well, we have got 2 good size storage lockers, huge, going all the way back. You can see in there, plenty of space there. Above the bed for ventilation and light, there is also a sunroof, and that does open as well, and it's got a blind and a fly screen. So that's the Dart. We've got plenty of storage, loads of storage under the bed, a good length bed, 196 centimetres. In terms of headroom in the Caravan, you've actually got 195 centimetres of headroom as well, so plenty of room for the taller person. Television bracket, washroom. I feel the compromise on the Caravan is in this room. Great size shower. Then we have our tower fridge and freezer. Nicely equipped kitchen with the gas oven, grill, hob and microwave. And then the fabulous U-shaped lounge, which again is going to give you a double bed up here, or a huge king size bed really, if you're going to use it as a 4-berth. Right, that's Dart. Let's head on to our next Caravan, and this is the Altea Tyne. Now the Tyne, this again is a 4-berth Caravan. Let's talk about the size, because it's actually just fractionally smaller than the Dart. So the Tyne is 8 metres and 22 centimetres long. It's still 2 metres and 26 wide, so it's 7 feet and 5 inches and 2 metres and 58 in height. In terms of weight, this one has an MTPLM of 1650 again, so 1,650 kilos, or you can opt to have that 1,800 kilo MTPLM if you wish. Price, it's only fractionally cheaper at £29,200. Again, here we have our large front locker, the one-piece window at the front and the Alco chassis with the long A-frame. We'll venture around the near side. So again, on Tyne we can see our silver sides with the graphics, the awning rail channel all the way around, an awning light, and on this one there is storage here under the near side bed. So this layout is single beds. You can see here the carpets have been stored under here, so you will get the carpets with it. This is storage under the near side bed. Closing that up, and then we'll venture around the rear. So on the back end again, the Adria, the Altea Tyne, the LED lights as well. And then on the off side, back here we find our flush and toilet cassette, the vents for the tower fridge and freezer, the Truma air-blown heating vent, and then our battery locker box. Under here, your battery, your electrical cut point, and then there is the television aerial input there. And then again, our aquaroll will go there with our water pump. Right, let's trundle back round. So that is the exterior of the Tyne. We're going to make our way inside and have a look at the single bed layout. So again, single piece door, open that up, bin there, in we go, and we'll go straight into the lounge space again. So our lounge space reflects what we've seen in Dart. We've got the U-shape wraparound, which again, this is excellent for relaxation. You have then got the flap table here. In terms of actual access under the beds, you can see there is storage under here as well. So you do get a nice amount of storage within the lounge area. And if I lift this one as well, just around that flap, you can see there is some access and storage under this offside sofa seat. The grey walls continue, and the storage cupboards as well in that lounge area, feeding into our kitchen. Again, this reflects the same as we saw in Dart, so Tyne giving us that as well. Opening this up, so this will be our cutlery drawer again, and further drawer space as well. We're still getting the special pole to put our shelves on, the microwave and our storage here. The kitchen will give us 3 gas burners and then the all-in-one gas oven and grill. On the near side, so over on the near side, we have our control panels, but here we see some changes. So on Tyne, if I pop this open, there's a nice storage cupboard here. And then as we come down, we have the television bracket pre-installed, a plug socket, TV point, and there's also a USB and USB Type-C charging point there. Then there is an additional bit of worktop space here, because obviously your telly is going to be on here, so you do get some additional space. And then we have storage here. Now on Tyne, the table for our dining is situated here, and there's some nice storage there as well. Over on the offside, this is where we're going to find our Thetford Tower fridge and freezer, 140 litre capacity. Give that a pull open. So we have our freezer compartment, a huge tower fridge. This again, when you're an electric hookup, plug in, turn it onto the electric. When you're off grid, it's going to run on gas. You will have that little storage compartment just above it, and then down below there's the storage again that we saw on the previous model. Now again, this is where there's some changes. So here on the near side, if I open this up, we've got a massive wardrobe. This is phenomenal. In here, loads of storage here, plenty of space for hanging and storing. The aerial as well in this cupboard, some storage under there too. So that's going to be your wardrobe space, and that is just a push and a pop mechanism. Now as I come back, there's the sunroof again, and then we feed back and there's a privacy screen here. It is the fabric style privacy screen, and it's on a magnet that's going to attach here, so that's going to slide out. You can see the curvature running along the roof there. Slide it back in when you're not using it, and it'll attach back in there to 2 more magnets. So that's your privacy screen. And that then feeds into the bedroom space. Now as you can see, single beds, very popular with couples. So what do we need to know about the sizes? Great size. This one here is 203 centimetres long and 77 centimetres wide, and this one is 189 centimetres long and 77 centimetres wide. So these are phenomenal length beds, great if you're that taller couple. You'll see as well there is the fabric running on each side, and then there's the little storage compartments as well. There's one of those on the near side and the off side. Further storage here, so good sized cupboards. You can see this wood effect finish here. If I open these up, we've got a good amount of storage above the bed. The underlights as well, a USB charging point here. So if you have got your gadgets, you're charging them, you can slide that along and put them in there, or you can put them up there as well. I'll close that down. Now each window, it does have these curtains around, and then it has the blind and the fly screen, the windows opening on each side. I'll just open one of these. There we go. And storage again in the lockers on the off side. Now under the beds, I'll just lift this mattress. So under this one, this is the longer bed. So if I lift this up, you can see here when we were outside, when I opened the compartment, this is the storage under this bed. Loads of room here, like I say, for all your outdoor equipment. Obviously, always be careful with your payload and how you pack your caravan up. And then if I lift this one up as well, you can see further storage under this one. Now, there isn't access externally to this one, but you can access that from in here. And the beds do sit up. You can see there, you can ratchet those up manually, so you can sit up in bed as well. These mattresses, like Dart, have the line across there, so they will flex as well. I'll just push that mattress back because I like to leave it how I found it. Then we venture back into our bathroom space. So we'll go through the magic door, and here we go. So as we go into here, I'll step here and then you can take a look in that corner first of all. So in the offside corner, there's our Thetford toilet. There's actually a toilet cleaning brush as well, a loo roll holder, the frosted window which does open with a blind and a fly screen, a towel rail, and then we're into our bathroom cabinet. So I'll open that for us. So the cabinet, again, opening the two-way like that, so you can access both sides without the toilet getting in the way. I'm just going to sit on the toilet, not that you need to see me demonstrate that, but I'm just going to sit on the toilet because from here it's worth noting that there is the storage shelf here, and there's also some storage down here as well. So nice storage there. And then here, we'll open these up. So with these again, lift up and pull open. So storage under our sink. Then it's the white fruit bowl sink, cream tap, a little bit of storage at each side. And then this mirror. So large circular mirror, nice lighting behind it. And just here, there's a clasp open that up and you'll get further storage. I think the bathroom here is better than we saw in Dart for practicality. There's plenty of storage that's accessible. There's places to put your toothbrushes and your toiletries when you've got them out. Great size sink with the chrome tap. The only thing to be mindful is because this is a bathroom cabinet, not a plain mirror, there is some intrusion. So if you're trying to get your head over it, that's just one always to test out when you go looking at caravans or motorhomes. Can you get your head over the sink? But otherwise, lovely. And there's a nice light here as well, nice soft light. Then we step through into our shower. So not a bad size opening, and then it feeds through into a really good size shower cubicle on the near side corner. Loads of room here, plenty of headroom. Bar here for hanging our wet towels. This does open for ventilation. It has got a blind as well for privacy. The shower screen obviously closes across. The shower itself with the head up here, all plain white, and then a mirror in this corner, and again some illumination around this part here. They always like to put the mirror in the shower with Adria. So yeah, really good size. This is definitely not a compromise, the size of the shower cubicle. So that's our shower, that's our bathroom, great amount of storage, and then we feed through into this nice bedroom space. Plenty of headroom, nice and open, it's light, it's bright, good size, great length beds. If you're a taller couple, excellent, and plenty of room under them. Coming through, the wardrobe space for hanging, tower fridge and freezer, nicely equipped kitchen, and the benefit of the additional worktop flap as well. And then the wraparound, which again, this converts into a bed as well if you want to use this as a 4-berth. Really good size in here. Right, let me venture out. So that is the Adria Altea Dart that we saw first, and then the Adria Altea Tyne. The other model is the Avon, a family layout that's not here today. But it's been good to get to see these. Two 4-berth caravans, ideal for families or couples, or a solo traveller if you just want that bit of extra space. What I'll do, I'm going to put a link to Cosford, who are one of our recommended Adria caravan dealers. I'll put a link to them in the description. I'll also put a link to the Adria website so you can check out the full Altea, the Adora and the Alpina caravan ranges and explore those in detail further. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at Adria. It's one I always enjoy. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.